It's time for a little comedy, a little content, and a lot of conversation. It's the Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube. Now here's your host, Geno Jones.
Hey, showtime, the Geno Jones Showtime. So I'm coming to you live right now. If you are watching me on the East Coast, up in New York or in Philly, down in Miami, in Atlanta, here in the Charleston, South Carolina Metro, Charlotte, North Carolina, is 6:30. Chicago, stand up, 312-773-708. It is 5:30. Live in Los Angeles. All right, I see you out there with 213-310. So many damn area codes, I can't keep track of them. It is 3:30 p.m. live on the West Coast. So tell everybody, or as my man Nelly would say, tell everybody to subscribe to the Geno Jones Show YouTube channel. Watch it live, subscribe, share, screen grab it, rip some of the video, chop it up, make it go viral, create a viral moment. You got my blessing. You can share, you can text, you can copy and paste the link, and you can text it in an email. You can text it or paste it in an email or in a text message or whatever you want to do. A carrier pigeon. I don't give a damn how you get the word out, but just spread the word for your man. I'm a YouTube partner, but I have a new goal for my 4-year anniversary. The month of October marks the 4th year anniversary of the Geno Jones Show. So I need 1,000 new subscribers so I can get that big YouTube bag. So please, thank you for supporting Black-owned media and my media company. So tell everybody, all the influencers. Shout out to my influencers. Reach out to me. I'm looking to partner up with some influencers and do some business with you. So if you are an influencer watching the show or you know one, tell them to reach out to me on Gmail. That's how you can contact me. Either leave me a message here on YouTube, and you can always leave every episode. Do me a favor, leave your comments in the comments section, but you can contact me on Gmail, Geno Jones. No just Geno Jones Show. So today was a day, it was a bittersweet day to coin a phrase or to refer to an iconic song from an iconic human being. Joy and pain. Today was a day filled with joy and pain, like sunshine and rain. The joy, Vice President Kamala Harris, she obliterated, she beat the brakes off Orange Hitler, and I told y'all he effed around and found out. So we're going to talk about that later. But the pain, it's hard for me to even talk about this. A man that brought me and millions so much joy over 50 years. The soundtrack, this man's music, it is the soundtrack for Black America. There's like not a black person from 8 to 80, even in the utero, that from 77 until yesterday and today did not hear all the backyard barbecues and the cookouts, all the family reunions, the graduation parties, the wedding receptions, cleaning up the house on a Saturday morning. Your mom is cleaning up the house, or your grandma, and she's playing that Frankie Beverly and May's music. Rest in paradise, rest in power, rest in peace to one Howard Stanley Beverly. That's his government name, AKA Frankie, who apparently he had changed his name to Frankie. He was a big fan of this group from the 50s, a doo-wop group called Frankie and the Lymans. Frankie Beverly. I can't put in the impact that Frankie Beverly has had on our culture is immeasurable. As a matter of fact, let me bring my guest on so I can kick it with him because he's a busy man. A radio star. He's had the #1 gospel show on Sunday in Los Angeles for like 2.5 decades. Full disclosure, he and I worked together way back in the 90s when I was doing mornings out at KJLH Radio. Shout out to Stevie Wonder. He is truly beyond my brother from another mother. The only thing we didn't do is come out of the same womb. It is my pleasure as you see him on camera right now. Look at him. Handsome fella. Looking like Rick Fox. Look at you, boy.
Watch out.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's Andre Russell out of the KJLH studios. All right, family, listen. I know you don't have a lot of time, so I know you got some great stories, but let me just say this, tossing it to you. James Brown, Michael Jackson, Prince, Jay-Z, I would say even now with Beyonce, they have all had an incredible impact on our culture. But I can't think, there's nobody, this is my take, there's nobody, I would throw Stevie Wonder in there too, but there's nobody in the last 50 years that has had an impact on our culture who truly, I mean, one song, Before I Let Go, which is like the black anthem for every celebration that black folks have ever had for the last 50 years. Nobody has had a bigger impact than Frankie Beverly. And I know you knew him well. You repping, as a matter of fact, fall back, lean back so they can see you repping the Mays, the Frankie Beverly and Mays shirt. So, Dre, just give me your take. I know I called you early.
There it is.
This morning about 5 o'clock. And it was just, it was 8 o'clock here, about 8:15. And I know you had the honor to not just to know him well. As a matter of fact, some of the last shows, concerts he did, you had the honor to be an MC. So I'm just going to let you just talk and tell your stories, brother.
Geno, first of all, it's a pleasure to be on your show today, man. Thank you so much. And yeah, it was a pleasure working with you those years. Geno was a star out here in LA. Don't let him tell you any different, folks. Here at KJLH, I just got off the air 30 minutes ago. Today we paid tribute to Frankie all day. We called it a party, and we're still got the party going now. But listen, one of the great things I heard you say earlier, and I'm going to steal it, Orange Hitler. Geno, I got to take that one.
It's
I
yours.
Gotta take that one.
Come on, you family, man. Anything I got, you got outside of my wife and kids. You know you good.
that clown, and I'm so glad to see she just put it on him last night.
Oh, didn't she? Oh,
all right.
Man.
So Geno, Frankie Beverly, man, tough day. Like you said, I found out early this morning as you did. First, I'm going to go negative. It's a travesty that Frankie Beverly does not have a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Oh,
Frankie
great.
Beverly never won a Grammy. Frankie Beverly never won an American Music Award. How is that so?
That's a crime. But I did not know. I didn't even think about Frankie Beverly does not have a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
And they have people with much less fanfare than him. And let me tell you something. Swifties have nothing on fans of Mays and Frankie Beverly.
No.
Frankie has the most dedicated fans ever. I mean, I think his fans even rival Michael Jackson's, man. I mean, I'm being very honest with you. Because I'm one of them. You see this shirt I'm wearing, man?
We both are. Because you see I got on my white suit. The only thing I don't have on, because I just left the barber shop, is my white baseball cap. Because, you know, Frankie was known, as a matter of fact, on that T-shirt, he got on a white suit with that white.
Represent, baby.
There you go. So I wore this white suit in honor of Frankie Beverly. Did you know I did not know his government name until this morning. Damaris found out for me. Howard Stanley Beverly.
And you know, I got so many Frankie stories, and I've shared a lot of them today on the radio, Geno. You know, Marvin Gaye discovered him. A lot of people, I know real Mays fans know that. And they were raw soul in the beginning.
Out there in the Bay Area, right up I-5 from you.
Exactly. Right. He kind of, I think he discovered him first in Philadelphia, and then they ended up in the Bay Area.
Right.
But and then
they
later
opened up for him. He took him out on the road. And
exactly.
And you know, I'll let you tell, but you know, he actually gave them the name. They were Raw Soul. And Frankie and Marvin was like, "No, I'm gonna call y'all Mays. Y'all gonna be Mays."
Yep. So I mean, all those great songs through the years, Joy and Pain, Back in Stride Again, Happy Feelings, like you said, Before I Let Go. The list goes on, man. And then he did a great album out here in LA right before you got here, Geno, in 1986 called Live in Los Angeles. I mean, and of course, New Orleans, you would think he's from New Orleans because he always did great concerts down there and recorded, you know, albums live in New Orleans. But he is just such an amazing artist, Geno. I had the honor to, and I was trying to think today. I said on the radio 3 times I got to MC him, and a couple of people from the back came in and said, "No, you forgot about this show and that show." So I think in my lifetime, I've got to MC and bring on Frankie Beverly 5 times in my life, and that's such an honor and a blessing to me. And I got some pictures, Geno. I'll send you after we finish this. One time he was the happiest I ever saw Frankie Beverly was when I took one of my Laker championship rings and let him put it on. He's the biggest Laker fan in the world besides Geno Jones. Huge Laker fan. Frankie was a huge Laker fan, and I worked for the Lakers.
That I didn't know, Dre. I did not know that. Wow.
I worked for the Lakers for years as their DJ and one of their hype man and a PA announcer. So the organization got rings. I'm just full disclosure here, where we won those 3 in a row with Shaq and Kobe. Dr. Jerry Buss and the organization gave the employees rings. I mean, everybody, the marketing team, the Laker girls, everybody, people in the back office, security guard. So we talked about it. He said, "Man, next time I come to LA, you got to let me try those rings on, dog." When he came, I brought some rings. We went to the hotel. In the lobby of the hotel, Frankie was walking around with that ring like it was Geno. I didn't think I was gonna get it back. I'll be honest with you. He was so happy, flossing that Laker championship ring and making fun of his band members. Talking, "Look what I got, dog!" But he was such a good guy, just a sweetheart of a man, and I mean, just a great guy. I couldn't ever say anything negative about him, man. The best, just one of the best ever, like you said, Geno.
Well, I'm like really pissed. So we need to do. As a matter of fact, let's start it on the show. I'm sure you probably already did it on the radio. I don't know. Even if we need to get a GoFundMe, because you know better than I do. But one of the tricky things with the Hollywood Walk of Fame, somebody's got to financially sponsor you, right, Dre? Explain that.
Yeah.
How does that
work?
You
got to pay because you
How
basically just got to pay.
What's the cost?
It costs a little bit. Geno, now I'm not going to be accurate in what I'm going to say, but it's a cost to get it going, and then it's a cost to maintain it. So say it's $15,000 to get it on, and then maybe every year you might have to pay another $500 or $1,000 or something like that. But yeah, you have to pay. But I can't believe somebody hadn't stepped up, and like you said, Geno, you and I could be the ones to start this and make it happen. Get him a Hollywood star.
And somebody watching should start a GoFundMe page. Like right now, while you're watching Dre and myself, start a GoFundMe page. And I just got to say this, and I'm not throwing shade on any stars out in Hollywood or anywhere. But
right.
you know, and I know, you know better because you're living out in L.A. There's so many people that Frankie Beverly put on. There's so many people that Frankie Beverly has influenced. Yep. So there's no reason why. It's more than you don't need a bunch of Hollywood stars. It's enough folks. There's some folks out there, Dre, that could write a check and get them a card number and put it on retainer and knock that out right. But it needs to be done because that is beyond a travesty. That is beyond injustice. That like I said, for me, Dre, and I'm sure I just want to get your take. When I think about the last 50 years.
Mm-hmm.
The impact that he has had, all the events and wedding receptions and cookouts and barbecues.
Oh yeah.
Graduation parties, retirement parties, all kind of the celebration. Your mom cleaning up the house on a Saturday morning is just and I know you made me think about something also. So many stories I'm trying to get in before you go. I just remembered. How did I just remember this? I didn't even mention it on my radio show. I had the honor to MC the last time that he came here to Charleston, South Carolina. There's an organization called like the Moja Festival. It's like African American and Caribbean culture, and he was a headliner. And they brought him here as the headliner, and I had a chance, the honor to MC that show. But back in like his heyday, Dre, in like the early mid 80s, like the mid 80s, coming out of college. Yep. So the Airy Crown Theater is the legendary theater in Chicago, and they got a bunch of them out in L.A. Airy Crown is still open, but it was like kind of new, like in the late 80s, early 90s. Roughly about over 4,000, 4,500 seats. I remember Frankie Beverly. There were years Frankie Beverly would do a show Thursday night, 2 shows Friday night. As a matter of fact, if I remember, one year he did 2 shows Thursday night, 2 shows Friday night, 7:30 and 10:30, 2 shows Saturday night, 7:30 and 10:30, and then a Sunday night show, 7:30, and sold them all out.
Yep.
Like sold out to where folks was mad because they couldn't buy tickets.
Right.
And one year he did that he came back to Chicago less than a year, like about 6-7 months later, and sold out the whole damn weekend again. I know out in L.A., oh my God, I know you got some incredible stories about him
Oh man.
selling out everything.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I had the honor to get him twice last year. The farewell tour was another show, but he came through LA 3 times over the last, let's say, roughly year or just over a year. He was here 3 different times, and every time he's anywhere, he sells out. And like I say, the Swifties ain't got nothing on Mays and Frankie Beverly
No,
fans,
the
man. Nothing.
Beehive,
Yep.
the Barbs, whatever you name the fan base. No,
Yeah.
no.
And today, Gino, I mean, for 5 hours, I was on the radio here in LA, and I don't know if I've ever had. I've been on for some really tough passings, Michael Jackson, Prince, Whitney Houston, and I'm going to throw Kobe Bryant in there.
Yeah.
But today rivaled those, man, as far as the number of calls and how people were calling with just reverence, and with stories and with like saying, "Rest in peace, Frankie." He was right there with all these other giants that have
Yeah.
passed away, Gino, that I've been a part of, unfortunately, the day they passed. You know what I mean?
And that's
And it
why
was like, yeah,
I can't stress enough what Frankie Beverly meant to black culture. You
yep,
can't put it in words. You can't.
right,
I mean, and it's unique and it's different than he didn't have the pop success that Michael and Prince and Beyonce and but he wasn't looking for that. Or Kendrick Lamar.
yeah,
Jay. He stayed true to who he was, and
yep,
his music was positive. It was all about love. With so many songs. I'm in the barber shop, and so I told my barber he didn't know about it. Shout out to Markel Bailey, the official barber and hairstylist. So he had I guess Pandora put on like Frankie Beverly and Mays, and then like one of the cuts came on the morning after. I was like, oh man, damn, that was the joint. After
yep.
the
I
morning.
played that today.
Did you?
Yep. Yes, I did. Played it today.
Oh my God. So it is just so many songs, but like I said, just the impact, because Frankie, and you pointed it out, Dre, and I'm gonna let you speak to it, but Frankie really was family.
Right.
Frankie was family to black. I mean, like, we loved Mike, we loved Prince and James Brown, we loved and Beyonce and Jay-Z and Kendrick Lamar, Mary J, you name Luther, you
Yep.
name it, Patty, Mr. Big, Ron Isley. But it was something about Frankie and his music and the lyrics. It just gave you like the song, happy, happy, happy feelings.
Man.
And he was family to everybody.
Yep.
And he had that vibe. And like you said, you met him. He was just a nice guy. He made you feel like you were family, right?
Yeah, he was just a regular, normal guy, one of the nicest. And I don't use this term a lot when I'm talking about a man, but he was just a sweet guy. He was so cool, Gino.
Yeah.
He was just cool. Like, hey, man, what's up, man? How you doing, brother? He almost reminded you of the cats in the 70s. You know what I mean? When they're like, what's up, man? Give me 5 on the black hand side. I mean, he was just had that smooth aura about him. You know what I mean?
Right. As a matter of fact, now that I thought about it, Drake, there was a second show several years back at a tennis stadium where Serena and Venus used to play. They have a big tennis tournament here in the Charleston Metro, and there was a concert there. Keith Sweat was on the show, but he was the headliner. And I got a chance to meet him briefly, but and he was cool. He was a man of a few words, but he basically said, hey, brother, how you doing, man? Nice to meet you.
Yep. I'm telling you. Man, one of the highlights of my career, even though I got to bring him on a number of times in Hollywood and in different parts of LA, one of the best shows ever was a year ago. I got to MC the show with Mays and Frankie Beverly, and I'm like, my goodness,
Wait,
man.
who else? Your mic dropped out. You said Mays and Frankie Beverly, and who else?
I'm sorry, Mays and Frankie Beverly and the Isley Brothers.
Oh my God.
Man, that was an amazing
and Mr.
show.
Big on the same show?
Together. Yeah. It was at the new theater, at the new YouTube theater in Inglewood, right next to the new football stadium where the Super Bowl was and everything. Man, that was one of the best shows ever in my life. And I was like, I can't believe I'm on this stage bringing on these brothers. But yeah, man, those two, I mean, Mr. Big, Ron Isley, really big, but Frankie Beverly, bigger. You know what I mean?
That's
just
man,
the
Frankie's
best ever,
amazing.
Gino.
And listen, let's put some respect. Look, I'm gonna need you all to get that GoFundMe page. Somebody out in Hollywood, y'all need to call the folks that put together the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Y'all need to have that start done like in the morning.
No doubt.
Right.
Geno, I'm going to check on it. I'm going to let you know. I got to run, but I'm going to let you know what I can find out about it. And I'll come on with you again, and let's get this going, brother.
Okay, and we'll have to share some stories because I was going to talk about the Essence Festival. He was the Essence Festival.
Oh, no doubt about it. He was. I got to do it 1 year, and he was Essence Festival. Yes, sir. You're
Dre
right.
Russell. Man, I love you, family. Thank you. I appreciate you. I'm going to let you run.
Geno, love you, brother.
All right, love you back.
Everybody, hey, all right.
My
check
mother,
out the Geno
your other
Jones
mother
show.
saying hi, Andre. She love you.
Hey, Mama Neil. Hey. All right, brother.
All right, family.
Much love, man.
All right,
all
man.
right.
That's
Take
my
care.
dude, Andre Russell. Y'all, I appreciate him coming on. Let me just do something real quick here. So let me get back talking about Frankie Beverly and Maze. So the Essence Festival just celebrated their 30th year anniversary. So I remember in the 90s when they first kicked off the Essence Festival. And, you know, it was new, so it wasn't what it became. And really the biggest draw way back in the day when it first started were the concerts, and they still are. And the biggest draw, they would have 3 nights, like they still do, usually, or 4 nights, actually 4 nights, Thursday, definitely like Friday. They usually do it the weekend right around the 4th, but the 4th falls at different times. Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night. I think, a couple of years ago they did Thursday night too. But it was always Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And to close it out, the last night, the headliner was Frankie Beverly and Maze. So he really put like Essence Festival on the map. He did it, I think, for like 20 years straight. They had everybody here from Beyonce to Mary J to Usher, you name it. But at Essence Festival, nobody was bigger than Frankie Beverly and Maze. And they were always the main, between the Essence Festival and like the, back in the day it used to be called the Cincinnati Jazz Fest. So they still have this festival in Cincinnati in the summer, usually right after Essence. I think like late July. Frankie Beverly and Maze put that on the map. Cincinnati Jazz Festival. As a matter of fact, back in the day, I went to several. Cincinnati, from Chicago, it's not that, I don't know, was maybe about an 8-hour drive. I'm guessing, I can't even remember. I think 1 year I drove, and most of the time I flew. But anyway, nobody was bigger than Frankie Beverly and Maze. That was it. I mean, you went to see a lot of other folks, but folks, you were going to see Frankie Beverly and Maze. And it was an event. When Frankie came to town, you had to have a new outfit. You got on the phone with your barber and was like, hey, man, I'm going to see Frankie. I'm going to see Frankie Beverly, bro. I got to get that Frankie Beverly cut. You had to get an outfit. You had to get your woman. She had to have a new outfit. She had to make sure she could get into the hair salon and get her hairstylist to hook her up. You had a new outfit. You had to the car had to be detailed. Had to get the car waxed. Frankie helped make a lot of folks money. I mean, a lot of, I would call it the Frankie Beverly economy. Because back in the day, there were a lot of boutiques and clothing stores that made a lot of money. When Frankie came to town, the clothing stores made a lot of money. Oh my God. The liquor stores made a lot of money. The weed man made a lot of money. The hotels and motels made a lot of money. Because folks was, they balling out. We're going to see Frankie there. We're going to go ahead and get us a room. I'm telling you, that Frankie Beverly economy was amazing. But it was a spectacle. But just the vibe was just always, it was always happy. It was joy. It was love. Because that's really what Frankie was all about and his music was all about. And from happy feeling and, you talk about joy and pain, but he just talking about before I let go, just his theme was just always about love. As a matter of fact, his family posted that he was about love. He loved everybody, and he wanted everybody to love each other. So I can't think of a better way to wrap up. Oh my God, I could go on for another hour just talking about Frankie Beverly. Hey, if you're watching me, I know a lot of folks are watching live. As a matter of fact, you can join the conversation my mother is having right now. I'm sure you've got some favorite Frankie Beverly stories. Please Share them in my comment section right now. And be sure to leave all your comments. Every episode, leave your comments in the comment section. But I'd love to hear your stories. Stories about Frankie Beverly and Maze from back in the day. I need to move a screen over here. There we go. All right, I just had to put that screen over there, y'all. So now we good. But yeah, jump in my chat room. When I'm on camera live, there's a chat room where you can have a conversation with me. You got a question, whatever you want to do, chop it up. Feel free. But I'd love to hear your Frankie Beverly and Maze stories in my comment section. As a matter of fact, if I get some before I leave, before I wrap up the show, I'll read them on the air. I know my mom is she's a huge Frankie Beverly and Maze fan. Who wouldn't? I mean, what he was. Frankie Beverly and Maze, their music, it is, not just was, it still is. It's the soundtrack for Black America. It's the soundtrack for Black American celebration. Any and every occasion, if you celebrated, you were celebrating on that playlist that DJ had to play some Frankie Beverly and Maze, and primarily, specifically, Before I Let Go. So shout out to rest in paradise, rest in peace, rest in power, Brother Frankie. We'll miss you. Say hello to my brother that I lost. Oh God, he's been gone now. Ooh, not quite 3 decades. Not quite. Over 2 decades. Brother I knew since 2nd grade. Lived up the street about 1 block from me. Liddell Smith. Nickname was Blue. There was no bigger. I know there's a lot of big Frankie Beverly fans, but there was no bigger Frankie Beverly and Maze fan than my man Blue. Frankie Beverly and Maze came to town those years when he came to Chicago and did like 7 shows. Blue was buying tickets to 2 or 3 of them. He was going every night to go and see Frankie Beverly, and had a new outfit for every night. So Frankie, there's a brother named Liddell Smith, a.k.a. Blue. Just tell him I said hi. Say hello to him. All right? I'm sure he'll say hello to you, because I know you got a lot of fans up there in that musical heaven. But you definitely got one, brother named Liddell Smith. So Blue, rest in paradise, rest in peace, rest in power to you too. Just had to mention that. Because every time I hear a Frankie Beverly and Maze song, I think about my buddy. Like I said, we known each other from 2nd grade. We lived a block apart. Let me make a pivot here, like Vice President Kamala Harris. She was pivoting and pivoting and pivoting and beating that ass. The huge debate. So basically, Vice President Kamala Harris, listen, you did everything that I recommended that you do and then some. You controlled the debate. You did the job for the moderators. You fact-checked his ass, and you baited him, and you punked him. You punked a grown-ass man and did it with class and sophistication and style and intelligence and articulation. Told you. F around and find out messing with a black woman. You effed around and you found out, Orange Hitler. Yeah, you did. Just so kudos. But listen, I want everybody to watch. Everybody that's watching me now, I need you to please hear the words that are about to come out of my mouth. She hasn't won anything but a debate. The election, the last day to vote, technically election day, is November 5th, 8 weeks from yesterday. But actually, election day begins within weeks, because early voting, either by mail, early voting, some call it absentee, in person, early voting begins all across America. So I'm gonna need you all to show up and take everybody, act like y'all going to see Frankie Beverly and Maze at the Essence Festival. Take the whole damn church bus, party bus, whatever bus you got, U-Haul van, I don't care what you got. get a semi trailer with the cab, y'all jumping, however you get there, but just take a whole busload, just a gang of folks, and vote early. Don't run up the score, because that'll really shake him up even more when he sees the voter turnout. Especially when he sees the voter turnout, because they don't know who you voted for, but they do know if the ballots were Democratic or Republican. And that's what Barack Obama did, and that's what Joe Biden did. So I'm gonna need you, and the vice president, soon-to-be president-elect, needs you to show up early and take everybody with you, because it is still a choice between your freedom and your oppression. And you saw if you watch 67 million people watch this debate last night, and this dude is like off his rocker. He is unstable. He is unserious. Is Vice President Kamala Harris, soon to be President-elect, Madam President Kamala Harris. He's unstable. He's unserious. He's a damn fool, as my mother said. I'm just going to give it to you straight. My mother said, he a damn fool. That's exactly. But a damn fool with the codes to the nuclear football, the nuclear codes, could be deadly for all of us. And everything that comes with Project 2025, that I've been talking about for over a year now. So the only thing soon to be President-elect Harris is one debate. And his punk ass ain't going. His people probably will be like, they will probably hog tie his ass. They'll probably treat him like the racist ass police in Miami-Dade treated Tyreek Hill for the Miami Dolphins Sunday. They'll probably tie his hands behind his back and put him face down on the ground and say, no, you are not getting back up there with that black woman to embarrass you. No, you are not going nowhere. I'm sure that the people around him, they won't let him. They'll probably throw their body like, no, I can see Ivanka. Daddy, no, you can't, no, you don't want that. You don't want that smoke twice. Just move on. The only thing she's won is the debate, so we have to really show up and show out, because it's not even about her. It's about you and me and your family and my family and your freedom and all of our freedoms and our family's freedom, as opposed to the oppression. You see how the Miami-Dade police treated Tyreek Hill, star receiver for the Miami Dolphins? That's going to be the norm if Orange Hitler gets back in power. Because all the racist police officers that have found their way into law enforcement, police officers, sheriffs, military, and they're there because the FBI went in front of Congress and said that white nationalists and Ku Klux Klan and white racist militias were infiltrating local and county and state and federal law enforcement and the U.S. military. So if Orange Hitler gets back in office, they'll be like on steroids, and they'll be empowered, because Orange Hitler has already said that part of Project 2025 is that he will basically militarize local police. So like the Miami-Dade and all the racist local cops, they'll be like, no, y'all get out the way. We sending in the military. We sending in the racists that's in the Army and the Marines. He's told you what he's going to do. You are choosing between your freedom and your oppression. And for those out there that's saying, well, he's better for the economy, you all have fallen victim of an unbelievable con job. Don't take my word for it. Just Google and do the research. Look at the numbers. How the economy, how we reduce the debt. The economy does better under Democrats. As a matter of fact, for the last 40 plus years, the economy has done better under Democratic administrations with Democratic presidents. Orange Hitler lost damn near 3 million jobs. Joe Biden and Kamala Harris helped create a climate for nearly 15 million jobs. Do the math. He lost damn near 3, mishandled, mismanaged, lied about about COVID, about the pandemic. 1.1 million Americans are dead. Some of your family members, some people you're watching right now are no longer here. Your moms, your dads, your grandparents, your spouses, your brothers, your sisters, your daughter, your son, your nieces, nephews. Because his ass lied about it. I didn't want to scare the American people. He knew it was airborne. He knew it was highly contagious. He knew it was deadly. And he didn't know his ass from a hole in the ground. And then he said it. He was recorded saying it to a legendary reporter, used to be for the Washington Post. And his name, it escapes me now. But I can see old boy's face. Bob Woodward. Yes, Bob Woodward. Bob Woodward wrote a book and recorded the conversations. Orange Hitler saying, yeah, I knew back, really like in January, in February, I knew it was bad, I knew it was airborne, but I don't want to panic the people. And then he came out saying, oh, it's nothing more than, it's just like a cold, it's nothing serious, it'll pass, it'll just go away. That's what he said in the beginning of 2020. The video's right there. Google it. Oh, it's no more than a cold. It's serious. People are fear-mongering. The Democrats are making it up. Then he said the Democrats created the COVID and this, all kind of dumbass. Just like he was rambling, lying. Immigrants, Haitians are eating cats. No, they're not. That's a lie. They even had to fact check him last night. Is what you saw last night, is that the person that you want to trust with the nuclear codes? Is that the person that you want to trust with the future of you and your family? All right. And you think he is going to help the economy? You are a damn fool too, like he is. And I'm sorry, but I got to tell it like it is. If you believe that, thank you for letting me be a part of your life. As always, God bless each and every one of you and especially you, God, most of all. Thank you for letting me do the Geno Jones Show live Monday through Friday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern, right on time, 6:30. So make sure you tune in. As a matter of fact, tune in about 5 minutes early and just hang out. 6:30, we go live. 6:30 Eastern time in Chicago. 5:30, we start right at the bottom of the hour, 5:30, live in Los Angeles, 3:30 p.m. So West Coast time, Central time, 5:30, Eastern time, 6:30. So Mountain time, I guess that's, what is that, 4:30? If you're in Denver somewhere doing your thing. Once again, tell everybody to subscribe, share, screen grab, rip some of the video, make it go viral, copy and paste the link to this and every episode, email it, put it in a text message, share the show on your page and everybody's page that you know and follow. Tag everybody's page that you know and follow. Screen grab, rip some of this monologue, some of the video, make it go viral. You have my permission. Chop it up, cut it up, slap it up, flip it, chop it up, rub it down. Oh no! Okay, I had a BBD, a Belle Biv DeVoe flashback. Shout out to Mr. Markel Bailey, the official barber and hairstylist for the Geno Jones Show. He told me a really funny, and I promised Markel, I promised I was going to tell the story. He said, man, back in the day, Saturday morning, we would put on that Frankie Beverly back in the day when you would play a DVD. Frankie's legendary concert live in New Orleans. He said, dude, we would put that DVD on first thing in the morning. Everybody in the shop would be jamming. He said, we'd have to run that DVD back 2 or 3 times. Because folks that was in early, they'd be going home. New folks would come in, they'd be like, hey man, you got to play that from the beginning. He was like, we would say, like, for a long time, every Saturday morning, Frankie Beverly and Mays live in New Orleans. That concert DVD was the soundtrack of the barber shop. And I'm sure that was the soundtrack for many barber shops, black barber shops, and hair salons, or as we call them back in the day, black beauty shops, all across America. So shout out to Frankie Beverly and Mays. Allie Jones, the official wardrobe consultant and stylist for the Geno Jones Show. She is a fashion designer. She is a future superstar fashion designer. You can check out her collection, her Lexi Jones collection right now. LX.NCL underscores that little dash at the bottom of the second L. L like Lexi, X like extra, dot N like Nanette, C like Charlie, L like Lexi underscore. And Bruce Gage, also wardrobe consultant and stylist. Mario Uomo, this suit, courtesy of the Mario Uomo collection. Uomo is an Italian name, so you can search Bruce Gage, check out his Mario Uomo collection and the Flyball collection on Instagram. Oh, Allie is on IG also. LX.NCL underscore on IG on Instagram. Search Bruce Gage on IG, on Instagram, Bruce Gage. Just type that search in, and Mario Uomo. Uomo is UOMO, so it's pronounced like with a W sound, wah. But it's an Italian word. U like umbrella, O like Oprah, M like Mary, O like Oprah, Mario Uomo. Thank you for watching. Man, shout out to everybody. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it. Please, when you're watching me live, please to be sure to just say hi. You know, you don't have to talk, stay long. Just jump in the chat room. Just say, hey, Geno, we're watching. I'm watching. We love the show. I'm watching. We're watching from wherever you are, in the barbershop or the beauty salon or at work. Or maybe you're waiting to catch a flight at your gate. Or maybe you're at the laundromat and your washer and dryer broke down and you don't have one. And you had to take your clothes like we did to the washer and dryer back in the day with that little cart, which I used to drive me crazy. I was like, I want to go outside and play baseball. I got this cart, like this little wire basket grocery cart, and I'm going to the laundromat, me and my sisters, to do laundry. So wherever you're watching, however you're watching me on whatever platform, your smartphone, your tablet, your TV, your PC, your computer at home, at work, it doesn't matter. I thank you for watching. I love you. I want to close to quote a title, a song title from my man, Frankie Beverly and Mays. At the end of the day, we are one. And we got to get back to that. Even with the MAGA cult, somehow, y'all got to come back to reality. Because this man, Orange Hitler, he despises you. He disrespects you. He disrespects men and women in the military, called them losers and suckers. He doesn't give a shit about you. The only person that he cares about is his own monkey ass that got exposed last night. So at the end of the day, we are one. I hope today's show gave you some happy, 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 happy feelings. Ooh, happy feelings. Rest in power. Rest in paradise. Rest in peace. Rest in power. Brother Frankie Beverly, we love you. And your music and memories, it will live on for eternity. I'll see you live Thursday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern. If you missed any of this episode that you're watching right now, go back and watch it. Run it back from the beginning and binge watch all my back episodes. This week's shows have just been amazing. They've been like super fire. Like my man, the Human Torch and the Fantastic Four. They've been like flame on. Thank you for watching. I'll see you live. Don't forget, tell everybody, please subscribe to the channel, the Geno Jones Show YouTube channel, and share this episode on every platform with everybody. See you Thursday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern. Rest in power, Frankie. We miss you, brother.
Subscribe and tune in to the next episode of the Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube.